May I come?
May I come in, sir? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Bhupendra, you're from Uttar Pradesh.
Yes.
However, your state of domicile is Rajasthan.
Yes, ma'am.
And you have completed your civil engineering from IIT Roorkee.
Yes, ma'am.
Which attempt is this of yours?
And this is my second attempt.
So, currently you're living in Uttar Pradesh.
Yes, ma'am.
Both the states that you have lived in, Bhupendra, Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh,
Yes.
are doing not so well when it comes to human development indicators.
Okay.
Do you agree?
We can say that they are not doing great, but these are developing states. They are doing great in agriculture sectors, and it's developing process. So we can say that in next 10 to 15 years they can dominate other states in terms of human development.
Okay. Bhupendra, have you ever filed income tax return?
No, ma'am.
Have you ever earned anything?
No, ma'am.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
23. So you are 23 years old, yet you have never earned any income.
Yes, ma'am.
And we keep talking about demographic dividend. Have you heard of this term? It is very common.
No, ma'am.
You have not heard of this term. It's all right. Bhupendra, how was your experience at IIT Roorkee?
It was a quite good experience there, but I was not able to fully utilize that because of the COVID period. It was only for 2.5 years, but for the 2.5 years I have spent there, it was very wonderful experience. I have learned so many things, and environment was very good there, and eco-friendly and very friendly nature I got from the seniors there.
But you see, this eco-friendly environment that you're saying, which you mean to say is that there is wilderness of nature in Roorkee.
Yes.
Don't you think construction of man-made structures is jeopardizing this wilderness of nature, especially in places around Roorkee?
But the development has to be is a necessity of for the growth of the nation. So we cannot say that the construction is a barrier.
How about making it sustainable? How can we make construction more sustainable?
It can be made sustainable by using the local resources available,
Like?
like local, which are locally available in the places, or we can say that the
Give me example.
like construction near the Roorkee, if we talk about that, then the materials which are locally available, like the sand, we can say about the Ganga plains. So
Okay.
by using that, the transportation cost can be reduced.
Okay. Can you name a few innovations that have been made in your branch of engineering, recent innovations?
Yes, ma'am. There are certain technologies which have been introduced, like 3D printing, 3D modeling, building information modeling is there. Like drone systems are there too for doing the surveys, which make them very easy for the workmen for doing the surveys. And also there's all certain other activities.
I see you have interest in table tennis.
Yes, ma'am.
What is love in table tennis?
Love means when the score is 0 or at the start of the game, the score.
Why is it called love?
Ma'am, I think so, for spreading love.
For spreading love, it is called love.
I don't know.
You like to sing Hindi songs.
Yes, ma'am.
Sing something for us.
लग जा गले के फिर ये हंसी रात हो न हो, शायद फिर इस जन्म में मुलाकात हो न हो.
Okay, over to you, sir.
Good singing skills, Bhupendra. I should appreciate that.
Thank you, sir.
There is a weir in Kota, I guess.
So there is Kota barrage.
Okay, it's a barrage. What is difference between weir or a barrage?
So weir is a structure for simply storing or increasing the depth of water, but barrage is a type of dam which is also called the divergent dam. It is used to diverge the water from its original path to irrigate the nearby areas.
And weir?
So weir is simply to store or increase the depth of water.
And after increasing the depth of water, what will do?
It can be used for navigation system.
How weir is different from dam?
So dam has other purposes also, to store water for or to generate electricity, but we cannot generate electricity from weir
Why not?
because its depth is not too high, so that the pressure difference is not too much, so that
But still you can generate certain electricity up to certain extent.
certain extent we can generate, but its purpose is not there.
Then what is the purpose of weir?
So I think it's for the navigation purpose, for increasing the depth. I don't know certain reason.
If I construct a weir and thereafter I will start navigation over there.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about Kota stone.
So it is fine-grained. It is made up of fine-grained limestone, and which is originally found in Kota. So I don't know much about that.
Why do we use it and where do we use it?
So we can use for flooring the in floor toppings to increase the
What is the property of it that we can use it for flooring?
so to beautify the buildings constructions, like we have to use we can use marbles or Kota stones.
I may use granite, that will even enhance more beauty to.
Yes, sir, but Kota stone is cheaper than marbles, so it is economic also.
Granite. If we are talking about in terms of beauty, then nothing is beautiful than granite.
Yes, sir, but I think that Kota stone is cheaper than granite.
That is the only thing.
I cannot recall about that.
Okay. Where you have seen Kota stone recently?
So in my house, in front veranda, where my car parking is there.
So when car comes
Yes, sir.
for the parking, you apply brakes and all that, right?
Yes,
So do you find significant wear and tear over that?
Yes, sir.
Or the wear and tear is less?
No, sir. There are scratches, marks.
Okay, fine. Now, since you have graduated from IIT Roorkee,
Yes, sir.
can you tell me some cross drainage works in the vicinity of IIT Roorkee?
Yes, sir. So there is aqueduct, Solani aqueduct, which is used to pass the Ganga canal over the Solani river. And more cross drainage works I have not seen there.
Why aqueduct is constructed over there?
So because the bed level of the Ganga canal is above the high flood level of the Sonali river, and also the Solani river is not a perennial river. Only on the monsoon period it is its level rises. So we have to construct a aqueduct there, because the high flood level is below the bed level of the Ganga canal.
Let us say there is a condition. I have a drainage or a river. We may call it as a drainage or a river. The discharge in the drainage is near about 200 cubic, which is very huge. Let us assume that. And we have a canal. The canal is passing, or the HFL of the drain and the bed level of the canal, there is some gap.
Okay.
Right? Or let us say canal is below the drain and the drain is above the canal. Both are same thing. Which drainage work you will construct?
So we will construct super passage.
In super passage,
Yes, sir.
which is above and which is below?
So drain is above and canal is below.
Fine, good. Now, since drain is above, how you will make sure that that flow in the drain continues over the canal? There is such a large discharge in the drain. How you make sure that it is sustainable?
So we can obviously we can we will build a bridge over piers, and we will use the good quality material so that it do not fail when such a large discharge passes over it. And we can construct the retaining walls at the side of the slopes of the land.
Can I prefer canal siphon over there to save money or to be on economic side?
So I think canal siphon is constructed when the highest canal flood level of the canal is above the bed level of the drain. So if some gap is there, then the structure will be super passage only.
See, this is theoretical.
Yes, sir.
You are absolutely right. Theoretically, you are right.
Yes.
But in terms of economics, I am asking.
So in terms of economic, I think you are right, because some pressure will be held by the water also. So if I think in terms of economy, then it would be right decision to construct a siphon, canal siphon.
My last question, which is world's fastest sport?
As in terms of,
Speed, agility?
so I think athletics.
No.
I don't know.
Sir.
Bhupendra, what is the basic ingredients for making concrete?
So basic ingredients are cement, fine aggregates, coarse aggregates, water, and some admixtures.
Okay. So, what are the types of fine aggregates that we can use for making concrete?
So we can use sand, crushed fine stones, or we can use clay.
Clay also has a fine aggregate. Can we use clay?
Yes, sir.
Sure about it?
I'm not sure.
Okay. So my basic question in desert area we have ample amount of sand available. So why are we using sand from river? Why can't we use the sand that is available in the desert region? Or we can use it?
I think the quality may be the reason.
What quality?
I think because in the sand in the plains or nearby the rivers are of good quality. And
What good quality? What parameters are you saying? On what parameters are you deciding whether the quality of a river sand is good or a sand that is procured from a desert is good? What is the difference between the two types of sands?
sorry, sir.
No idea. Okay. Now tell me, what is a Proctor test?
So Proctor test is done to find the dry density of the soil.
Okay.
So in this test, a specimen is prepared.
It is used to find the dry density.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So in this, in dry density and the optimum moisture content, it is done by preparing a sample of about 1000 ml, and we fill the soil in 3 layers in the Proctor test and 5 layers in the modified Proctor test, and we apply the 25 number of blows. And
Are you talking about Indian standard light compaction test or you are talking about the Proctor test? What is the mold size used in Indian standard light compaction test?
sorry, sir, may I correct it? Sir, in IS light compaction test, it is 1000 ml, and in Proctor test, it is 944 ml.
Can you draw the compaction curve for a cohesionless soil?
Yes,
Draw it. It's fine to medium sand.
fine to medium, sir. Something about like this.
Are you sure I am talking about cohesionless soil?
Yes, sir. Oh, no, sir. Sorry.
Proctor test is used for cohesive soil or cohesionless soil?
So it is for cohesive soils.
So draw the compaction curve for cohesionless soil for me.
So it is like this because of the bulking of sand phenomena.
Is it correct? What have you drawn?
So this one is correct for cohesion.
At 0 moisture content, you have not shown me any point there on the graph. What is bulking of sand?
So it is a phenomenon in which when the water content is about 4 to 5%, then due to the incoherent cohesion or due to the attraction.
Cohesion in sand.
Yes, sir. Because due to the when water content is less, then the water filled in the voids apply the tension, and so that the soil particles come
What
closer.
tension? There is any name of that tension?
Yes, sir. But I am not able to recall. Yes, sir.
Okay. Last question from my side. When you conduct a cube test on a concrete,
Yes, sir.
the load is applied at what rate?
So
Is it applied at a constant rate of strain or a constant rate of stress? Is it a strain control testing or a stress control testing?
So it is strain control testing.
Why we can't have a stress control testing?
So because we cannot measure stress, we only measure strain, and we indirectly find.
Measure stress. We were measuring the stress in the cube test apparatus. The proving ring that was there was giving you what?
So it is, we count the number of divisions from there and we convert into stress. But we can.
So we can measure stress, but we are applying load at a constant rate of strain. Why so? Why it is a strain control test?
So because in stress controlled test, the deflection or the deformation is not constant. It is in the stages.
How would you detect the failure in the case of cube test?
So,
You have done the test in the lab, cube test.
yes, sir.
So how the failure was detected? When you will say that the cube have finally failed?
So when the cracks are.
Will you be looking at the cube to study the failure?
No, sir.
Then you would be looking for cracks and the
No, sir.
cube will fail.
So in the proving ring, when the load is increased, then the needle is increasing continuously. But when it reverts back, then that load will be the ultimate load that it can sustain.
Why it is reverting back?
Because it cannot sustain more load.
So if I apply the load at constant rate of stress, will you get the same phenomena?
No, sir. But I am not sure about it.
Done, sir.
Okay. So, Bhupendra, what is Navier-Stokes equation?
It is derived by 3 forces, like pressure force, gravity force, and viscous force.
Okay. So, what is the difference between Navier-Stokes and Bernoulli equation?
So Bernoulli is derived from the Euler equations, which is derived from the pressure force and gravity force, while viscous forces are neglected in that.
Okay. In Bernoulli, viscous forces are neglected, but in Navier-Stokes, we take the viscous forces.
Yes, sir.
So, is Euler's equation a subset of Bernoulli equation, or is a Bernoulli equation a subset of Euler equation?
So Bernoulli is a subset of Euler.
So, what are the forces that we actually consider in Bernoulli's equation?
So pressure forces, gravity forces.
And what is Bernoulli's equation?
I have to write the Bernoulli.
So, expression you can tell me without writing. What are the 3 terms in a Bernoulli equation?
So it is pressure force plus
What is pressure force?
as in terms of formula?
No, you are saying pressure force. Yeah, what is the pressure force?
Sorry.
Okay. What is the Euler's equation of turbo machinery?
Sorry, sir.
No idea. What is hydrostatic paradox?
I don't know, sir.
So it seems that you have not studied fluid mechanics. It's okay. I'll ask strength of material. Why carbon is added to steel?
So carbon is added to steel to increase its tensile strength,
Okay.
and it also decreases its ductility, and it is used to increase the durability of the steel.
Okay. So which one has more carbon, cast iron or a high carbon steel?
So cast iron.
So, and which one has more strength?
So cast iron.
Cast iron has more strength.
Yes, sir.
So why don't we use cast iron instead of high carbon steel in the applications where we require higher strength?
So I think the ductility factor is there because various seismic zones, according to the seismic zones, we require ductility also for the construction.
Okay.
So we have to use the high carbon steel.
Okay. So you mean to say that wherever seismic loads are occurring, there we can use high carbon steel.
Yes.
What about mechanical equipments? Let's say a car. Car is not going in a seismic zone. So we can use cast iron over there instead of high carbon steel.
No ideas.
What is Young's modulus?
It is the ratio of stress upon strain.
Okay. So which one will have more Young's modulus? A low carbon steel, a medium carbon steel, or a mild steel, or a high carbon steel?
So high carbon steel.
Will have more Young's modulus?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Bhupendra,
Yes, ma'am.
I only want to ask you one question.
Yes, ma'am.
While you were answering other panelists, one of the panelists told me that we should not select Bhupendra. What do you think can be the possible reasons?
I think that communication skills may be the reason, or I don't know.
You don't know?
No, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Please wait outside. We'll call you back in some time for feedback.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Bhupendra, sit down.
Thank you.
How was your interview experience?
I think it was average.
Okay. Why?
I do not answer many basic questions which I think I should have known.
Did you prepare for this interview?
Actually not, ma'am, because I was at my home place since 8 days for Raksha Bandhan.
So you haven't revised anything in 8 days?
No, sir.
Now you see, for a student like you who has been such a brilliant performer and who is so close to achieving his goal,
Yes, ma'am.
do you think it is good to leave 8 days to just fate and not prepare?
No, ma'am.
Are you getting the message that we're trying to convey to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You see, Bhupendra, we see a lot of potential in you. You have a very good rank in your GATE exam. You have studied from a prestigious institution. Your chances of qualifying this interview are higher than rest of the other people because they do not have this combination that you have. However, if you keep taking this for granted, then your chances just become lesser and lesser. So the first thing that you have to do once you go back home today is revise your basics. Revise your subject, because those are the questions which you will be able to answer in one go. They are not opinion-based questions.
Yes, ma'am.
In that, there is only one right answer. If you know it, you know it. If you don't know it, you don't know it. But we would want Bhupendra to know those answers.
Yes, ma'am.
And for that, you have to brush up your technical skills. You started very well. You greeted us well. You were sitting in a good posture. Your eye contact was okay. But your graph started to slip down. After 5-7 minutes of your interview, we could see that you're losing energy, you're losing interest. Okay, so you need to maintain that consistency.
Okay.
If you have come to the interview with a certain energy level, please try to maintain that till end. You can't lose it midway. This is your interview. This will give you a job, not the panelists. They already have a job and they're happy doing it. Okay? The second thing is, I don't think you have any issues with communication. The way you were saying, the reason why people will not select you is your communication. Your communication is okay. What you lack is knowledge. And that knowledge is missing because you have not studied and not revised. So don't take this opportunity lightly. Prepare well and bring some josh, have some energy, enthusiasm. एकदम ऐसे ढीला ढाला, धीरे धीरे, बहुत धीरे जवाब देने से उससे होगा क्या? Everyone will lose interest in you and they would send you out in 15 minutes. This is mock interview. That is why we all entertained you for so long. Otherwise, if you will not be interesting and it will be very slow and boring, people will not entertain you. You want to be the most interesting candidate they've met. You want to be the candidate they want to ask questions from. So you have to increase your pace. You're very slow right now. It comes across as if you're clueless, which you are not. We don't want the board to perceive you as a candidate who is lost. We want you to come across as a candidate who is smart, because you're from such a reputed institution. You know things, and it's only a matter of time that you will revise and you will improve your technical skills also. So don't miss on this opportunity. Study your technical well, then increase your energy and reduce the time of your pauses which you take. You take very long pauses. You will have to reduce them. Okay. Sit in front of mirror, start recording in your mobile. You yourself will see.
Okay.
आपको वाजपेयी जी की तरह ऐसे लंबा पॉज नहीं लेना है. आपका इंटरव्यू है, एक्टिव दिखना है.
Okay, ma'am.
Enthusiastic दिखना है. यंग हो, यंग दिखना है. You're not 40 years old, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you should come across as somebody who has zeal, who wants to do something, who knows what they're saying, who wants to put across their point with, firm attitude. You need to build that. Okay? We feel that if you study your technical subjects well, you will do very well in your actual interview. We look forward to you being successful. All our best wishes are with you. If there is anything you want to ask us, please feel free.
No.
Okay, sir wants to ask you something.
मार्क्स बताइए कितने एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हो?
सर प्री में 240 एंड मेंस आई थिंक 380.
380 तो टोटल 620 के आसपास है. गुड स्कोर, मतलब डेफिनेटली यू आर देयर. ठीक है. इंटरव्यू डेट आ गई?
नो.
बहुत टाइम है यार. देखो, इरिगेशन पढ़ो पहले, स्पेशली वियर बैराज. साहब कोटा में बैराज है, वियर है. ठीक है, ये मुझे पता था, मैं घुमा रहा था, आप बिल्कुल सही थे. एग्जैक्टली. वियर बैराज दोनों एक ही तरीके के स्ट्रक्चर होते हैं जो डाइवर्जन स्ट्रक्चर होते हैं. डैम स्टोरेज स्ट्रक्चर है. ठीक है, डेड श्योर क्वेश्चन आएगा. दूसरा बात, आपका आईआईटी रुड़की का बीटेक है, जिसका स्पेशलाइजेशन ही इसीलिए हुआ था. भाई आईआईटी रुड़की को क्यों बनाया गया था? देश में इरिगेशन कैनाल्स बनानी थी तो इनको क्राउड चाहिए था, इंडियन क्राउड चाहिए था जिसको एजुकेट करना था. तो वहीं से आईआईटी रुड़की का स्थापना हुई है. फाउंडेशन ही उसी ने आया था. आईआईटी रुड़की की हिस्ट्री पढ़िए, बहुत ज़रूरी है, बहुत पूछी जाती है, पास्ट में बहुत स्टूडेंट से पूछी गई है. खासकर 2 शेर.
यस सर.
ठीक है, जो उसकी हिस्ट्री क्या है.
पुराना नाम भी.
हाँ, थॉमसन्स कॉलेज.
थॉमसन्स.
ठीक है. फिर आपका दूसरा पॉइंट हो गया क्रॉस ड्रेनेज. पता होनी चाहिए सब कुछ. ठीक है. एस के गर्ग साहब की जो किताब है, जो सीडी वर्क्स है, वो वाला चैप्टर घोट जाओ. आपने जवाब सही दिया था, बट मैंने जैसे ही घुमाया कि मैं कैनाल साइफन बनाऊंगा वहाँ पे पैसे बचाने के लिए. क्यों नहीं बना सकता भाई? कैनाल का फ्लो बहुत कम है.
यस सर.
ब्रिज पे इतना भारी डिस्चार्ज फ्लो कराने के लिए कितना महंगा स्ट्रक्चर बनाऊंगा? और कैनाल साइफन मुझे बहुत सस्ता पड़ेगा. भाई पंप लगा के भी पानी अगर मैं दूसरी तरफ ले जाता हूँ ना, साइफन भी नहीं बनाता हूँ, तब भी बहुत सस्ता पड़ेगा मुझे. कंटिन्यूस पंप.
यस सर.
मैंने क्या डिस्चार्ज बोला था? 200 क्यूमेक का डिस्चार्ज बोला था, क्योंकि अपने में मतलब बाढ़ के समय नदियों में आता है.
यस.
तो एक वो हो गई. स्टोन्स स्पेसिफिकली राजस्थान से अपने आप को दिखा रहे हो भाई, बहुत स्टोन्स मिलते हैं. स्टोन्स पे ग्रिप अच्छी होनी चाहिए. ठीक है, पूरा स्टोन्स अच्छे से पढ़ो, क्या उनका यूज़ होता है. ठीक है, बिल्डिंग्स में कहाँ यूज़ करते हैं. कोटा स्टोन भाई लोगों के घर के स्लैब पे होता है. ठीक है, जो अमीर होता है वो अपनी पार्किंग में लगाता है. ठीक है, ग्रेनाइट क्यों नहीं यूज़ करेंगे, ये क्यों नहीं. बीएमसी कंक्रीट पे सर अंदर घुस रहे थे, आप डॉज करते जा रहे थे. तो ये सब बहुत डिटेल में पढ़िए। सर ने फ्लूइड मैकेनिक्स पूछा, कुछ आइडिया ही नहीं है।
Okay.
और कैसे हो सकता है फास्टेस्ट? आई वाज वंडरिंग।
Like I thought in how much duration it finish.
अच्छा ठीक है, चलो वो भी है, बट मतलब एक थॉट बनाइए, ये बहुत ज़रूरी चीज़ें हैं। ठीक है, यू आर 100% देयर, मैं लिख के दे रहा हूँ, बट पॉइंट ये है कि आप अब कंप्लेसेंट नहीं होंगे। ठीक है, आप जैसे कह रहे हैं कि 8 दिन से नहीं पढ़ा, राखी थी, रक्षाबंधन था, ये रिस्पेक्टेड, बट भाई बहन ने किताबें, ये तो नहीं कहा था कि किताब नहीं पढ़ोगे।
We see potential in you and you have to harness it properly so that your effort of coming here doesn't get wasted. हम भी खुशी होगी अगर आप सिलेक्ट हो जाएंगे, तो तैयारी कीजिए, पढ़ाई कीजिए, आपका सिलेक्शन होगा तो हमें भी बहुत खुशी होगी। और आपके मार्क्स जो हमने इवैल्यूएट किए, वो जो आपने कहा उसी के अराउंड है 105, बट आप वो एक्सपेक्ट मत कीजिए, आप एक्सपेक्टेशंस ज़्यादा रखिए। भूख तो बड़ी रखोगे ना,
Yes, ma'am.
ये सोच कर जाओगे कि 105 मार्क्स लाने हैं तो 90 लेकर आओगे, सोच कर जाओगे कि 130 लाने तो 105 आएंगे। सो एम फॉर समथिंग हायर फॉर योर सेल्फ एंड स्टार्ट प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर इट जस्ट द वे यू हैव प्रिपेयर टू कम हियर। अभी तक भी तो पढ़ाई करके ही आए हो ना,
Yes, ma'am.
तो वो पढ़ाई छोड़नी नहीं है। अभी कॉम्प्लिसेंट होने का टाइम नहीं है, जिस दिन लिस्ट में नाम आ जाएगा उसके बाद 1 महीना ब्रेक ले लेना।
There is one thing that I want to point out. जब आपसे कोई पैनलिस्ट पूछता है, then you are answering only to that panelist. बाकी 3 लोग फिर आपको 1 मिनट तक देखते हैं, 2 मिनट तक देखते हैं, and then they go into hibernation कि यार मेरे को आंसर नहीं कर रहा है। That is not a good thing. When you are answering, आपको चारों को engage रखना है। यहाँ पे सारे लोग आपको मार्क्स दे रहे हैं।
ज़्यादा फोकस उन पे रखना है जिनसे बात कर रहे हैं, बट बीच बीच में थोड़ा थोड़ा बाकी
सबको
लोगों को भी
देखना
देखना
है।
है।
140 से 150 तक पहुंच जाओगे अगर इन चीज़ों को वर्क कर लें तो। ठीक है,
Thank you.
वेलकम,
Thank you.
Best of luck.
बेस्ट ऑफ
काफ़ी ज़्यादा रहेगी।